I'm going to go on a really like roundabout way to get to this gay point.
Go for it. I'm here.
Strap yourself on. In. Hello and welcome to Incomplete Geeks, a gay geek podcast. I'm Nick. This is John, stars of the men.com exclusive, The Lord of the Rings, The Ring of Power Bottoms.
Okay. That's a couple of things in there I like. I'm surprised.
The Power Bottom.
Yeah, I get that. No, but you also said men.com, which is an interesting website to go to choose.
You know what it is, though.
Of course,
I feel like our listeners. Well, I could have gone like Falcon exclusive, but I thought
no, that's too. That's too niche.
I thought men.com was a little bit.
I like that one, yeah.
And Sean Cody doesn't do like things, and men.com did like a whole year of just doing parody porn ones for a while.
Okay.
The Avengers one was not good. Shame.
You've surpassed my knowledge now, by the way, on this, on what men.com does. I just know briefly what they do.
But yeah, lots of parodies.
Okay, well, I like it. Good.
There'll be one. Oh, the Star Wars one. Yeah, that was good.
So this is episode
17 of Incomplete Geeks.
What are we talking about today, Nicholas?
Well, I think we're going to talk about The Lord of the Rings.
Yes!
Rings of Power.
Rings of Power. What do you think about? Okay, at the time of recording, we've seen the first two episodes. They just came out a few days ago. And if you haven't seen them yet, we will talk about the episode, so spoiler alert.
I don't really remember much of what happened, so I don't think I'll give too much away.
Okay. Well, I've seen both of these episodes very recently.
Yes.
I.e. earlier today.
And then you just finished watching it.
Yeah, like 5 minutes before you're like, let's go. I can fill in the blanks.
Okay, yeah. I was wondering if you wanted to do a quick geekery of the weekery, but we're going to talk about that later.
We'll bring it up later, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And by the way, if you are listening to this episode and you have ideas or comments and thoughts, let us know.
We get a lot wrong, and people have told me in passing that, like, oh, yeah, I listened to it and you got so much wrong. Tell us.
Yeah, we want to hear.
The whole premise of this podcast is we know we get stuff wrong.
Yeah.
It's in the title.
Yeah.
Incomplete Geeks. So please reach out to us if we get stuff wrong. Give us corrections. Give us notes. Shout at us. We don't care.
Yeah. Give us a little heart emoji if anything. That's the point.
IncompleteGeeksPodcast@gmail.com. Someone email us.
What's that again?
IncompleteGeeksPodcast@gmail.com.
Okay, cool.
Please let us know. Lord of the Rings. What are your thoughts?
I really liked it.
Okay.
The first two episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about, ever since you told me that just lower your expectations, you'll enjoy it better. I have been doing that. And I am not a super duper geek of Lord of the Rings.
No.
Like, obviously I enjoyed the films.
Yeah, but I feel like Lord of the Rings nerds are on another level.
Yeah. Yeah, they really are. Okay, so my experience with it is I read like 9/10 of the first book, which is actually the first two books. If there's 6 books, but they're sold as a trilogy. Anyway, never mind. Forget that. I said that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I read the I didn't finish it. I got to about like the Tom Bombadil thing. Anyway, that's as much as I've read, and I've seen all the films. I own the extended editions because every fucking person does.
Yeah.
And never saw the Hobbit films. So
I saw all of them.
Yeah.
I sat through all of them.
No, you poor thing. I have seen a lot of commentary, like YouTube critique about them, but I maybe not want to watch them.
I wouldn't.
Okay, fair enough. Good. Thank you. That I'm good in my judgment. So basically, that's it. And I know that there are a lot of people who are super into like the Silmarillion and the Lord of the Rings books and the Hobbit books. I don't even know if there's just one, yeah. And there's like a lot of appendices, and I know his son Christopher has sort of expanded on some things a little bit based on the journals that he's read.
He wrote Silmarillion, didn't he? Like co-wrote.
Oh, maybe you're right.
A version or something with him.
Okay.
I don't know.
So my whole takeaway of this TV show is I fucking love that we're expanding in this universe because it's such a ripe universe to expand on, and no one's ever done it before. So if this TV show is all like new material, expanding on what we already know from the appendices or whatever, great. I fucking love that. I want to learn more. I'll make up new stories, make up new characters. I don't care. Like, we don't do that with, the reason that obviously people are still alive nowadays, but like we think about Star Wars or Star Trek, we're expanding those stories. Fucking Gene Roddenberry's not alive anymore. We're just making new stuff. Yeah. Let's do it with Lord of the Rings. I'm all for it. I love it. It's fantasy, not space.
I knew that it wasn't like an adaptation. Like, people thought it was an adaptation of Silmarillion. I didn't realize that they legally are not allowed to make any adaptations of stuff. They can only expand on what's already been adapted. So they can legally only expand on the Lord of the Rings films and The Hobbit. So they can't. Amazon does not have the rights to make the Silmarillion.
Okay.
I don't know what else Tolkien wrote that was in this world.
If you watch the credits, which I fucking do because I'm stupid like that, it does say based on The Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
That's it. No like branch or whatever. And appendices.
The appendices.
That's it.
So they don't have the rights to do new adaptations of Tolkien's work.
Okay.
And they still paid $250 million for those rights.
for
a quarter of $1 billion. To not make any adaptations. But they can make their own new content, which I think is a much better idea because the books are incredible, I imagine. Mm-hmm. But they are of another time. And I think you might need to be a little bit on the spectrum to really enjoy it and absorb it, because he must have been, right? Like, because the detail, and he made up a language, and he's just ingenious, but it's not very accessible, is it?
He's far from the only one who's done that, though.
I know, but they're
George
probably
Martin has done it. He's written a lot of detail, all these stupid books, which
but he writes it nicely,
and he created a language.
He writes it as a writer, whereas I feel like Tolkien wrote it as a.
Actually, to be fair, George Martin did not write the language. I don't think he did. I don't think he created it. No, he didn't create it to like the extent of Elvish.
That would have been for the. Whereas Tolkien actually wrote the languages.
Which, as a bit of a linguist myself, I fucking love that, by the way.
It's incredible, but it's not 100% relatable for pop culture. You know, this is TV shows and things. Yeah. Read the books if you want to do that. It's very different.
I get what you mean. It's not for Joe Schmo.
No.
Yeah. What did you think of the first 2 episodes?
First one was dull.
Dull, okay.
Second one was a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people referred to it as, like, beautiful but slow. And I'm like, yeah, that's what they say about me. But...
not to your face, though.
No. I wouldn't pick it up. I'm not smart enough. I do have... I mean, I have many critiques, but...
Did you go in with expectations?
You can't not. But I also... I'm sorry... Not recently, a few years ago, tried to rewatch Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I don't like it.
Rewatch, meaning like the theatrical versions or like the long versions or whatever?
I don't. Everyone's seen it before. It came out in, 2001? Was it Universal?
Don't make me feel so old. How dare you?
Yeah, because everyone's like, oh, I watch them every Christmas, or oh, it's a New Year tradition that we rewatch them. And so I rewatched them, tried to watch them a few years ago. And I'm like, this is, ugh. It's like... so cheesy, and it feels really dated. Maybe because it was so ingrained in that part of that was my university years. Like it felt very like I can't watch it without knowing it was 20 years ago. Yeah. So I just thought it was like just old fashioned and cheesy. Never arrives. I was like, oh, okay. I think we moved past this. So great, they're amazing films. The battlefield scenes are amazing, but I wasn't in love with it.
Okay, on the second viewing.
No, this was like the 17th viewing. I've seen it many times, but it's the most recent attempt. So I didn't have expectations that it would be Chef's Kiss. I had expectations that it would be a bit slow and a bit cheesy and weird. I think kind of was.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there.
Which it kind of was. So, but I want it to have enough time to find its voice, find its feet, and just kind of like
so you're gonna give
do everything. Yeah. Just do fucking series in this world. It's such an insane world.
Yeah.
We do shit.
Well, it's fantasy. I mean, it's like it's the purest form of like fantasy you can probably think of, and to talk about the films as well, I think they were such a big hit because like any sort of groundbreaking film, it just does stuff that the film has done before. That's kind of what I guess I mean by groundbreaking. So like all this, the world building that Peter Jackson did was amazing,
I will say, I get all my opinions from TikTok. None of this is original. Someone said this on TikTok that fantasy nerds are so fucking spoiled now.
Yeah.
Like if you think about us growing up, what fantasy we had to watch, and he was like, we had like Conan the Barbarian, Xena.
Yeah.
and
Hercules, I suppose.
Yeah, that kind of stuff, which was, like cheap budget plastic crap filmed in a car park in New Zealand, and we fucking loved it because that's all we had. Whereas now, we have all this and someone's like, Black Elves. Like, fuck off. It's
Black Elves.
Like, it's insane how people can be so picky, how quickly you can get used to something that would have made your younger self cry with excitement.
That's a good point as well, because back in the day, all like the fantasy had to be such bad quality in terms of like special effects.
Just was impossible.
And then Peter Jackson's film was just amazing the way he did it. So that was,
Yeah.
But because since then, it's all become standard now. And so now we have that sort of
just wish people would just enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I totally do. I fucking do. But to talk about people who don't enjoy it because of Black Elves and everything, and like, go home. I don't want to, let's not entertain that, because that's stupid.
I don't think we need to talk about that, because everyone knows about the whole Black Elf thing, and then everyone's an idiot, so whatever.
I will say as well, though, I fucking love that character. Arundel.
He's hot.
Black Elf, yeah.
I do want to talk about something I noticed.
Is this a niggle? Is this a Nick Niggle?
Oh, I love that. Nick's Niggle. Yeah, and it's not racism, but it's close to racism. And I wonder if anyone else has noticed it. I don't know, hot take or whatever. The story is done through the elves' point of view, right? Which is why it's different, because elves were kind of like the peripheral characters. In the other ones, it was always the hobbits and that sort of thing. Which is really exciting, because let's face it, they're much more interesting.
Yeah.
Like, it's an insane concept. The elves are English.
Right.
Beautiful, rich, intelligent, powerful are English.
Yeah. And
the grubby dwarves
just
are Scottish.
Yeah.
The filth-ridden hobbit things are Irish. And the peasant garbage humans are Northern. They're all they're so Northern I can't actually understand it.
Yeah. I didn't catch that one, but I did hear the Irish and the...
Like, all the humans in that village are Northern. I swear to God, if an orc shows up with a Welsh accent...
the orc will show up with a big, West Coast American accent. Like, hi, guys!
No, awful. But...
Oh my God, the rings of power are so powerful. That
was a conscious choice to make each of the different races part of the UK. Mm-hmm. And the Southern English people are the magical, rich, intelligent, beautiful ones that live forever. And everyone else is garbage, fucking filth.
Well, that's how it is in real life, isn't it?
I am not allowed to comment because I am English. I thought that was a little bit of a misfire, especially when everybody hates England within the UK at the moment. Especially today. Let's not get into that.
No.
And I understand that. I wonder how Scottish and Irish people feel. And Northern English.
Like, they're probably used to it, I guess.
But that doesn't make it okay.
No, I know it doesn't.
It's a different type. Of course, it's not racism. It's not that. I don't know what the word is. Nationalism? I don't know.
It's not quite classism, really. But
probably, yeah. Because it's English thinking we know the best. Yeah. So that's something I kind of noticed really early on, because I was impressed with Lenny Henry's Irish accent. Because I hate when people do an accent and they can't do it well. I can't do accents. But when people are hired to do an accent and it's shit, it's like, why did you do it? Or why did they hire you?
Oh, please, honey, I'm American. I know that very, very
exactly.
well. I do it all the time.
But I thought Lenny Henry's Irish was very good. Even though it's not Irish, it's whatever Hobbit. It's not called Hobbit, but, but I thought it was good. Anyway. And that's when I kind of started noticing all of them, and it's kind of hard to ignore it afterwards.
Yeah, okay.
So keep an ear out for the Welsh orcs next episode.
I wonder what the production company is. Are they based in the UK or are they based in America? Because
it's Amazon money, but everyone's British, which is also a word that... No, does anyone from the UK refer to themselves as British apart from English people? A Scottish person would never call themselves a Brit.
Like maybe in
a Northern Irish person would never call themselves a Brit. They're part of the UK.
No, but that doesn't mean the British. Britain is the island of Great Britain.
The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Correct. Anyway, but yeah, so what? The Welsh people call themselves Brits? Anyway, we're getting off topic.
I mean, technically, yeah, we're getting off topic. But like, as an American ear, I didn't notice. I've obviously noticed the different accents, but I kind of just sort of went with it, and I don't know if that's because of my.
Because it all sounds magical and lovely, and it's like, ooh, because like Americans around the world, or around the world, they'd be like, ooh, all this magical Britain, what a magical Britain with their fun,
so pretty,
with their fun accents in the countryside. Whereas we're like, oh shit.
Oh, he's got a bit of a West Country accent. He must be a bit of a farmer.
No.
No.
So you're not hired for accents.
No.
That's what you're saying.
If I were to do an accent, I would fucking get an accent coach, which I think everybody should do.
I would love to. I would love to see how an accent coach teaches you.
I have worked as an accent coach before for American accents to English people with varied results, but it's like, yeah, it's a thing. Alexa, I don't have Alexa. Why did I say that?
You have Google.
Hey Google, where was The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power filmed?
Sorry, I don't have any information about that, but I found something similar. Do you want to know, was The Ring of Power filmed in New Zealand?
It's not. It's in the UK.
Well, no, I know that it's not.
Season 2
Thank you, Google. Goodbye.
Sorry, I don't understand.
No, you don't.
Well, it could be like even Game of Thrones was filmed in various locations. They were in Croatia. They were in Ireland.
I want to know where the new Game of Thrones stuff was filmed, but that's another episode.
Probably in Belfast, probably.
Anyway. Yeah, that was blah, 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 blah. That's kind of all I have to say. It's like, yeah, it's fine.
Oh, I'll mention that as well because in comparison to the Game of Thrones spin-off, which we did say in a previous episode that we like how it's one storyline going forward with like the things going on. This one is kind of opposite, where it's like it got multiple storylines, and I'm still waiting for them to sort of coalesce to one story. Obviously, you got like the orc thing creeping up underground, or whatever, but that has nothing to do with
Gandalf or whatever.
With Galadriel. Oh yeah, okay. So
I don't think it's Gandalf. It looks like one of the other wizards, like the brown one or something from. Oh, you didn't see The Hobbit.
I didn't, but I know of Radagast Brown.
There's different colored ones. He looks a lot like that, but that could just be, I don't know if they change color as they go up. Maybe Gandalf started brown. Because it'd be weird, the big reveal is like, it's whatever the brown one was called.
Radagast.
Yeah.
Or if it was like Saruman. It could be Saruman. He's credited as
Saruman
the
or
stranger.
Sauron?
Okay, here's what I know from my nerdery.
I think Sauron's going to be sexy.
I think Sauron is already somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
Let's talk about theories.
Okay.
So basically, before the show, I think before we watched the trailers as well, I did look into like, because you said, what do the other rings actually do?
What do the rings actually do?
I will tell you. Well, I don't want to tell you. Well, I could tell you. I don't want to give away too much, actually.
I'm pretty sure it's been written down somewhere before.
Yeah. Well, so there will be, I won't tell you any spoilers for what happens with the ring bearers, but like Galadriel gets one.
Yeah.
And Elrond gets one. Yeah. And Gil-galad gets one.
I don't know who that is.
He's like the king who gave the crowns to Galadriel.
Okay.
And basically
they're the ones with the 3. Mm-hmm.
And they were, this is a bit spoilery, I suppose, but they are sort of made by that Celebrimbor.
Celebrimbor.
Yeah.
I definitely remember the name from a YouTube video I watched trying to explain the backstory of the Lord of the Rings years ago.
Okay.
And I was like, Celebrimbor, I've heard of that. Is that God? No.
No. He
made the rings?
He made the rings, yes.
Okay.
But I want to get into how it
was Sure. I mean, he's like doing a forge. He's building a forge, so...
Yeah. And he's the guy from... I was like, I know this face. Where's he from? And I figured out I recognize him from The Crown. What was my point?
The rings. So 3 for the elves. Wisest and fairest of all.
And they sort of inspire hope.
Mm-hmm.
And they sort of... I forget. Like, the one that Galadriel gets is about, like, defense.
So they all have, like, very specific things they do.
And they all...
Okay, cool. That's fine.
They all generally extend your life, etc. And they can,
Well, they're immortal anyway.
Why did I get onto that as well?
So does he make them for the dwarves and the humans as well? Or is that Sauron?
Yes, but the situation of their making is slightly different.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
That's fine. I don't need to know. I'll wait and watch. Okay. But yes.
Oh, okay. Forget that. So in this video, it explained about what the wizards are. There were 5 that came to Middle-earth, and they're of a race called Aesir, whatever.
Yeah.
Ithmendathri,
yeah. Because they're angels.
Saruman the White, who was like the leader.
Yes. Christopher Lee,
yeah. And the Gandalf the Grey, Radagast the Brown.
Sure.
And there were 2 blue wizards who kind of fuck off to the east and never heard from again.
What's in the east?
Another realm of men and dwarves.
Okay.
But they don't show up in the books at all.
Okay, well, I don't care about them then.
Sauron is also the same race, but he's not a wizard. And in fact, so there's the kind of creature that he is apparently. He's an Aesir as well.
Sure.
But he's not like set. So the Aesir kind of live in this other realm, like heavenly kind of realm, and they send them down to they send 5 to sort of fun fact as well: the Balrog used to be of an Aesir, as well. So
I think I did know that, but that's cool.
Yeah,
I love shit like that.
So this stranger that's come down, he could be. I don't know if they were sent to Middle Earth at the same time, but they were sent to sort of stop the rising tide of Sauron being evil again, or something like that.
So Sauron went down first.
Sauron's been there for a long time.
Oh yeah, obviously, because we know that, because that's the whole point of the show. Sorry.
Yeah. And yeah, so I don't know what the order they came in. So this stranger could be Saruman. It could be Gandalf.
I think the nerds will be disappointed if it's not Gandalf. Yeah,
and of course I'm not going to say, "Oh, this is Gandalf," because it takes away the mystery.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be like an episode 8 reveal.
Although if they spend the whole time leading up to be Gandalf and it turns out it's Saruman, that'd still be quite interesting. But he was like good for a long time, though, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
So that's less interesting.
I forget why he kind of turned evil, but
power
for the power.
For the power.
Any other theories?
So like Sauron's there in human form. Can he pick and choose what his form is? Do we think? Anyone know?
Zip. Okay. Not saying anything.
I'm pretty sure it's that like bleach blonde guy that we see in the trailer. And we all know like how attracted I am to emotionally damaged guys who bleach their hair.
I thought it was shaved head.
Shaved and bleached. That's what you do.
Shaved and bleached. Listen, you're either on one side of the pandemic gays or the other side. Yes, you can either be like me and be a bleached hair pandemic gay, or you can be
like me and cut your own hair, yeah.
Buzz cut pandemic gay, and ne'er between shall the two meet.
Well, you normally like shave off most of it and bleach it so you don't have to do the ends.
Why would you do that then?
Because you just bleach so you have a skinhead like Eminem. Anyway, I feel like that's Sauron and he's going to be sexy and like that's going to be fun.
You think that's Sauron? Because the other theory could be that he was Sauron, but he was away for a while, now he's back.
Possibly.
It's possible. But the fact is, we're talking about it. And
someone to be sexy. Although, what's his face? Black Elf is sexy, so...
Black Elf sexy, I like him.
That's fun. No one else is.
No.
None of the... What's his face?
Elrond.
Yeah, which I didn't realise he was... Like, the names mean nothing to me because I can't remember them. Yeah, so I didn't realise he was...
Hugo Weaving in the films, yeah.
I didn't realise he was that. Great hair. He looks like Steve from Stranger Things hair. So...
I don't know who that is, but okay.
I mean, I've only watched season 1, but he's got great hair.
Okay, so one thing I noticed about Elrond is he... when we meet him in episode 1, he's like the script is really good. It's really well written. Like they speak like elves. They speak really sort of highfalutin. They talk in sort of beautiful prose kind of thing.
Like they're from Surrey.
Like from Surrey. Yeah. Yes, like the home counties, my dear. It's written well, and then the actor just is I like him. He holds this sort of countenance very well.
Fun fact, he was Ned Stark in the flashback in Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah!
Apparently.
Okay, yeah.
And I think he's Northern in real life. Like, in the interview, very few clips I've seen. He's not Southern.
I forgot about that, yeah.
He's more Ned Starky. Yeah, he's cute. Not hot. It's cute. It's cute. Yeah, I don't really know what it's gonna do. I thought I would love Galadriel more, and I don't.
Okay. I like how we're seeing her as like the warrior leader.
Oh my god, that's my favourite fucking thing though.
Yeah.
The warrior elf woman fighter. I'm like, oh my god, it's my favourite fucking thing.
Yeah.
But it's not. I think it's going to take time to kind of.
Fair. I wanted to sort of like her on the sea was kind of boring.
She kept doing like an emotional storm off and then wrapped a piece of rope around a thing.
Yeah, I noticed that.
That doesn't do anything. There's no sails, and it doesn't make you move faster.
I'm angry with you. I'm going to turn around this side of the raft.
She had to do it twice because they're like, well, we got fuck else for you to do, but you do need to storm off. Yeah. So,
I think the storm was unnecessary. Like, did there have to be a storm in order for to have this meeting? I don't know.
Oh, is he quite hot? He's quite hot. And when they were like swamping, we got some like side boob action.
Yes, I noticed.
That was fun.
I was like, that's a nip.
Like, yes,
that's a nip, baby.
I like that. That's fun. Okay.
He's hot, yeah. We'll see where he goes.
We'll get
no idea who that is, though. So
humans, though, right? Yeah, because they all died.
Probably human, yeah.
The others died.
Because they're like, ew, an elf. Ugh. Anything else you want to say? I'm enjoying it.
What's the northern kid with the bad haircut's got Sauron's sword?
Ugh. Okay, yeah.
He's awful.
His hair is awful. But
all of them are awful. I just hate the fucking... that's why fantasy's such a hit or miss with me. I can't stand the whole crap of... poor, boring, what the film, that kind of boring shit.
Life is short and brutish and hard.
It's just dull. It's like, this is a story about a kind-hearted peasant boy. It's like, I don't give a fuck. Do something. Have some superpowers. Move. And like, I'm out dirty on the farm. Shut up. Ugh.
I hope he turns evil and we have to kill him.
Oh yeah, that'd be great fun. Mum has to kill him. Do we think the mum's an elf? Ears always covered.
I didn't notice that.
Again, all my stuff's from TikTok. I don't know anything. Someone else pointed this out to me.
But then why is Arondir like... Maybe she's like half-elf. They don't really talk about half-elves.
Well, he, haircut could be half-elf and hates elves because his dad hated his mum because she was an elf. I don't know. Some shit like that. Some of that bullshit. Teen X, they're going to kill the world. Fuck off. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm bored with that now.
Yeah, not relatable content. But.
Cool. Well, yeah. I think we've talked about it through and through.
Yeah. Is that it? Are we done?
We're done. Let's go. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
That's kind of
it, yeah.
It. I was going to say, should we talk about, the actual Lord of the Rings thing?
Yeah, well, the films, you mean?
The originals, yeah.
Yeah.
Which we could, but I feel like we should prepare for it, because, I was just Googling on the way over.
Okay.
And it's so gay.
The films?
The books and the films, it's such a huge gay context.
Right, okay.
So,
I'm surprised that Tolkien would put gay
such all of it is huge. So, okay, I'm gonna go on a really roundabout way to get to this gay point.
Go for it. I'm here.
Strap yourself on. In. So, Lord of the Rings, famously, all three fail the Bechdel test, right?
Do they? Yes, they do. In the films.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course they do.
There's the point where the human horsewoman talks to a little girl. In the thing.
The human horsewoman talks to
the one who's in Sabrina now.
The one who's the daughter of the king, whatever.
Sure, that one.
The one who's I am no man. And
yeah.
Fucking my favorite part of the whole film, by the way, is her.
My favorite part is where Arwen takes Frodo, and he's like, "I'll take her." She's like, "I ride much faster than you do.
Yeah.
Let me go." And then she bolts it, and she takes care of those fuckers. Love it. Obviously,
that
was supposed to be
kind of thing.
But that was supposed. That's a man in the book. She doesn't.
Yes.
Do that.
Yeah.
So, famously, does not pass the Bechdel test because it was written in 19... Hey Google, what year? Hey Google, what year was Lord of the Rings written?
The date of first publication of The Lord of the Rings was the 29th of July, 1954.
54?
I thought it was older than that. Okay.
Okay.
So, written in 1954. Who gives a shit about women, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They belong in the kitchen, obviously.
Do not care about them. And a quick sniff through Google found out that he actually got, I don't know if pushback or whatever, that sort of stuff. But it's not just that it's not sexist. He just doesn't think about women. Mm-hmm. Because that romance that we saw, that's not in the books. Arwen, that's not a major...
Arwen and...
Yeah, that's not a major thing.
Yeah.
So it's not so much that it's sexist or anything like that. So in comparison, we're watching House of the Dragon, which is written obviously very recently, and he's injected sexism in it to be more representative of an olden time, and fuck you, that sort of stuff. It's not sexist because he doesn't even think about women.
I see. I think that's what you're saying. Like it's obviously
there's no romance in it. There's nothing against about what a man and a woman should do. It's just not even considering the women in it.
Yeah,
because this kind of came up because
it's not misogynistic.
No, but it's just completely sexist and dismissive of them. Because I was talking to my housemate and how you could absolutely change every single cast member to a character to a woman.
Yeah,
it makes no difference.
Right.
Absolutely no difference.
And that makes it
maybe Strider and Arwen romance a little bit, maybe lesbian or swap them around, but the whole plot, nothing has anything to do with them being men. Or like you could think, it would have been so much more fun if they were all women.
That'd be great. I mean,
all of them.
When I used to write like stories or short plays, whatever, I would germinate an idea in my head, and then once I had like a brief idea of the outline, I would flip every single gender.
Yeah.
And it would make it 10 times more interesting.
Yeah, because you automatically follow tropes, and then when you change it, you have to be like, is this a good character? Is this a good beat? That sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So kind of talking about it from that whole, I was looking at it, the whole sexist, and he's like, just doesn't consider women. It was written in the 50s. He couldn't give a shit about women.
Yeah.
But some people were saying it's like, there's no sex, there's no romance, there's no anything, which wasn't normal for writers to do that. Of course not. Old writers did. There's been romance since any kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's not interested
There's been romance since Oedipus.
You know, all of that shit. The strongest, most heartfelt relationship in that book is Sam and Frodo.
Yeah.
And he literally says, I love him.
Yeah.
There's like clips which they didn't put in the film, which is bullshit. But he does say while he's sleeping, he talks and says, oh, I love him.
Yeah.
As a friend. But, you know...
He's my best friend.
And whether Tolkien was gay, whether it was written as that, it does not matter.
Yeah.
Really. It does because it's sad he weren't allowed to do it. But it also then gives the freedom of people reading it and then watching it to put their own... Yeah.
Put their own sort of... Yeah. It's a
so there's, you know, you could make all of it female, you could make all of it gay, and it's literally the same story.
Yeah.
Which actually makes me want to watch it again. But only if it's changed them all.
No, you'd be watching it like hoping of something else that you weren't watching.
You could put like you know those like Snapchat or TikTok filters where it like puts the makeup on or gender bends or that sort of stuff.
Really?
You could watch it through your phone and just make them all women characters.
But what about if somebody had a beard? How would it...
It would just like it does with the bald filter. It would just get rid of it.
And like soften the eyebrows.
Yeah, it would put makeup on because it can identify features.
We should do that. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I would love that. Basically, I want Strider to be a female character. Strider, that's the right name, right?
Yeah, that's his ranger name.
Yeah.
Aragorn,
yeah. He's really sexy.
What, Viggo Mortensen?
Yeah. But only with the dark hair and the wig.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like long hair?
I don't like long hair. Generally don't like long hair.
Yeah, so we could talk about the gayness of the films and the books, but I feel like we should do that properly.
But you've only just sort of scratched the surface.
Exactly. I would like to either research or find a gay Lord of the Rings fan to tell us why and how, if they read it and when they read it, that sort of stuff. So I thought it was an interesting thing that I had not considered until my trip on the Overground on the way here.
Okay. If you are that person, write in.
Please.
Yeah.
Do you see them as gay?
What?
I mean, everyone sees Sam and Frodo as gay, right?
Everyone sees Sam and Frodo as gay. And there's like stories of like the actors on set as well who aren't like out, but they have had plenty of time filming these things together.
But also, like, I know there's a huge cast across all of the films, but aren't like 6 of the actors out in real life?
I don't know. I don't know who's out. So obviously you got Ian McKellen. Who else? This is the only one that we know.
I got lovely Luke Evans, who was in The Hobbit, which you haven't seen.
Oh, The Hobbit, yeah, he was in The Hobbit, yeah. But is he gone back in the closet?
No. Luke Evans?
Yeah.
No, he's so gay.
He is very gay, but...
Follow his Instagram. He is in Speedos, being gay all the time. He doesn't play gay characters.
Yeah.
But that's also allowed.
I thought he went back in the closet a bit, but that may
That's probably Rob Stark. Richard Madden who...
Was he gay too?
He quarantined with a guy and they still live together and all that stuff. And he is so gay. And
there's rumours of Kit Harington as well, by the way.
No, Kit Harington married Rose Leslie. That's bullshit.
So?
Shut up.
What does that mean?
That's reaching. Whereas this guy's like actually living with a dude.
Living with a dude isn't a...
You're a famous actor. You don't need a roommate. Why is that guy there?
They were just...
And they were roommates. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They sure were.
Okay, well, that's news to me. Okay, anyway, so we got Luke.
So, yeah.
Who else?
I don't know. Someone else.
Well, everything else is just... that I've heard of is just rumors, so...
No, there's definitely another one, and I remember thinking, like, well, obviously it's Ian, Luke, and that guy. I've forgotten who that guy is, so I apologise to that guy. I've forgotten who you are.
Not famous.
Already. Oh, Lee Pace. Who was also in...
He's gay?
Married now. Yeah.
To a man?
Yeah.
I love him. I loved him in Pushing Daisies.
I never knew of him until people started posting thirst traps of him on TikTok, and I realised he's like 6'7", ripped and fun.
He was an elf, wasn't he?
He was indeed.
In The Hobbit, I'm assuming? Mm-hmm. Yeah, who was he in The Hobbit?
I don't know, what elf?
Anyway.
Yeah, so that's...
Yeah, we love our Kree overlords.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's super gay, and I feel like we could delve into the gayness. We could do like a proper thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
To delve into
I'm
it.
Down
But
with
we need some gay help. We need some gay geek help.
Yeah, help.
Like, I don't have.
We're finally acknowledging our incompleteness.
We acknowledge it every week.
I know.
Okay. That's kind of it. That's all I have to say about.
I'm happy with that. Let's make that an episode. That's good. Lord of the Rings and promises of future stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I like that idea. It's a really good idea. I think we should do it.
Please get in touch if you are a Lord of the Rings gay geek fan, especially if you've read the books. I would love to hear about your take when you first read it, when you saw the films, how gay did you see it, what does it mean to you, all that kind of stuff. Please get in touch. You can email us, as we said, incompletegeekspodcast@gmail.com. You can reach out to us on social media. I'm on Twitter @NickBakerGeek.
I'm on Instagram, is probably the best way to get hold of me. I'm at John Marks, that's JONMARX.
And that's kind of it. Thank you so much for listening. We apologise if we got anything wrong. We are obviously learning. I didn't read the books. I'm very sorry. I am not a complete geek.
But you are working on it.
And so are you. Thanks very much.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.